When we talk about AI, it feels like we're always hearing about this epic arms race, right? It's a constant battle between the tech giants to build bigger and bigger models. And the message we always get is that bigger is just better, period. But is that really the whole picture? Let's get into it.
This right here, this gets to the absolute heart of what's really happening. The true AI revolution isn't just about raw power. It's about being smart. It's about finding the right tool for the job instead of, using a sledgehammer to crack a nut.
So, here's how we're going to break it down. First, we're going to tackle this obsession the industry has with size. Then, we'll get into the surprising, almost secret advantages of smaller models. After that, we're looking to the future, the big shift from AI as a basic tool to AI as a proactive partner. And finally, we'll see where these AI agents are already making a huge difference out in the real world.
Okay, so let's start with the story everyone's been told. For years, the message has been super simple. More parameters means a better AI. And that's created this kind of marketing frenzy where the size of the model is the only thing that seems to matter.
I mean, just look at this timeline. Back in 2020, GPT-3 had 175 billion parameters, which was mind-blowing at the time. Fast forward just a few years, and the rumor is GPT-4 has something like 1.7 trillion. That is a nearly 10 times jump. This kind of insane growth has really locked in the idea that scale is everything.
But here's the thing, and it's kind of counterintuitive. That much power is often just massive overkill. The reality is, for a huge chunk of real-world business problems, a smaller, more focused model isn't just good enough. It's actually way, way better. This is what we call the power of right-sizing.
And this chart just lays it all out. These giant mega models are powerful, sure, but they're also slow, they're expensive, and you're tied to the cloud. Small models, though, they are lightning fast, incredibly cheap to run, you can keep them in-house for privacy, and you can train them to be absolute experts at one specific job.
Think about this for a sec. 2 to 8 seconds. If you're in a customer service chat and you have to wait that long for every single response, that is an eternity. It feels clunky, it's frustrating, and it's definitely not a conversation.
Now look at this, 50 to 200 milliseconds. That is basically instant. You can't even perceive the delay. This is the speed you need for a genuinely interactive, real-time experience. It's the difference between a tool that feels like a slow machine and one that feels like, well, magic.
Okay, let's talk about the money. We're talking a couple of cents every time you ask one of these big models a question. That sounds tiny, right? But what happens when your company is making millions of those requests every single day for simple stuff? Well, it adds up fast.
And this is where it gets absolutely wild. The cost of running a small model that you host yourself can be, thousands of times cheaper? We're talking fractions of a penny. For a big company, the difference between these two numbers isn't just pocket change. We're talking millions of dollars a year in savings. That's real money.
So the big takeaway here is that right-sizing isn't about settling for less. It's a massive strategic advantage. You get insane speed for real-time conversations. You get privacy because your data never leaves your building. You get huge cost savings. You get the flexibility to run it anywhere. And hey, it's even better for the planet. It's about being smarter, not just bigger.
Okay, so we've got it. Smart sizing is the name of the game. But what's coming next? This is where things get really exciting. We're seeing a fundamental shift. AI is evolving from a passive tool that just answers questions into a proactive partner that actually gets things done for you. This is the rise of agentic AI.
So what is agentic AI? Well, think of it this way. A standard AI model is like an encyclopedia. It's amazing, but you have to ask it a specific question to get an answer. An AI agent, that's more like a world-class project manager. You just give it a high-level goal and it figures out all the steps, gathers the right tools, and works on its own to make it happen. And here's basically how it works under the hood. You've got a main supervisor agent. You give it a big goal, like plan a new marketing campaign. It then breaks that goal down into smaller pieces and hands them off to specialized agents, maybe one for market research, one for writing ad copy. Each specialist crushes its one job, and then the supervisor pulls all that work together to complete the mission.
Now, this isn't science fiction. This is already happening right now. Let's take a look at a few places where these autonomous agents are making a real, tangible impact today.
In healthcare, this is just profound. You can have an AI agent working alongside a doctor, analyzing thousands of scans to spot things the human eye might miss. Or picture an agent designing a personalized treatment plan for a patient by analyzing their unique genetic code against every new medical study in the world. It's incredible.
In manufacturing, we're talking about a whole system of agents essentially running the factory. One agent is watching the global supply chain, rerouting parts in real time to avoid a bad storm. Another is monitoring the machines on the floor, predicting a failure before it happens so maintenance can be scheduled. The whole operation becomes smarter and more resilient.
For scientists, these agents are like having a team of brilliant, tireless research assistants working 24/7. They can run millions of simulations, sift through mountains of data, and even come up with new ideas and hypotheses for the human researchers to investigate. It's just speeding up the pace of discovery like never before. And in finance, these agents are on the front lines. They're automating incredibly complex risk models, spotting tiny, sophisticated fraud patterns that no human could ever catch, and even offering personalized financial advice to millions of people all at once.
And all of this brings us right back to our main idea. Winning in the age of AI isn't going to be about who has the single biggest, most powerful model. It's going to be about who has the most thoughtful strategy. Who knows how to combine these different tools, big and small, into smart, autonomous systems that create real value.
So I guess the question to leave you with is this. As we build this AI-powered future, are we just chasing more and more power for its own sake? Or are we building something truly thoughtful? Because the answer to that question is going to define everything